Hopefully it won't drop this time. Come on.
It's not coming up yet.
Yeah, hold on a second here. All right, I'm trying to get it going here. That ain't it. Home. Okay. Home. Should be Saturday at Johns2. Let me close out of this. There we are. Saturday at Johns2. All right. We're here. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but we are back. Send. Can't tell. I need to have studio open to see. Anyway. Alright, so hopefully we need to get the auto director on. Auto director. It's on. Just set it 2 minutes. If you're watching, please type something in the chat so I know that we're going okay. Because I cannot see who's on. Let's see, we need to refresh. How do you refresh this? There we go. We got the old browser on there and everything. One. Okay. Don't let me forget this extender because I am going to take it home so I can stream from outside the house when I dope outside.
All right.
Anyway, let's get some holes drilled for some hinges. You had a gauge, a jig to drill them holes? Where? Oh, right here. And what drill did you use?
1/8 inch.
On a hand drill?
Yeah, that's how I did them. Might have to use them pliers to tighten that down enough. I don't know, maybe not. I gotta make a couple standoffs, so.
You see Keith Drossel was on last night?
No, I didn't even see last night. I haven't gone on there yet. I went to bed about 8:30 last night, and I till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna let you cut the hinge slot. You know how to operate your saw. Oh yeah, that worked good. That worked real good. Well, we got 3 watching now. It looks like we're locked up again. No, maybe not. I don't know. Internet's starting to piss me off.
Pretty much a pain in the butt. The middle one. I'll do the inside here. I'll do the outside on this one. I want to mention this to Tom Creasy if you're watching. Do not use reducer in dope. I don't know who told you to do that. Reducer is an enamel product, and that quick clean they were talking, or what is the name of that stuff that you get at Home Depot? Some same stuff as this. Yeah, it's quick clean or something like that.
Don't
lacquer
use that
thinner.
either. Yeah.
That's cheap lacquer thinner, really cheap.
What these guys aren't telling you, use that quick clean lacquer thinner, your paint will blush.
I could show you an airplane that had 3608, the new 3608 dead on it, and I can't bring it up any shinier than what it is.
Yeah.
It's this Jet 55 right here. And you can look at it. It's not that the finish isn't smooth or anything, but it's just got a forever sort of semi-gloss dull look to it. And that's with the 3608S, the new kind. The old kind I never had any problems with. But the new kind is a whole nother granimal.
Spend the 58, Craig. Spend the $55 for the quart of butyrate dope thinner. Whatever it
Whatever
costs.
brand is dope that you're using.
There was somebody else talking about different paints and stuff.
Yeah, it was on your website.
Yeah, all dope is made by Randolph. All dope is made by Randolph in this country. Certified which is SIG, has no pigment in it. Brodak, which is Randolph, has less pigment than Randolph.
Plus, it's got something else in it too, because it's to make it a proprietary product. So it's a special formula concocted just for Brodak and just for SIG. And I personally think SIG's better than Brodak, but I'm sorry for that, Mr. Brodak, but
Randolph is better than all of them.
yeah.
Body washing. Having your computer here helps. Matter of fact, I think I'll set this over my computer. We could crop on that. Crop. Let's see, we could crop and zoom on that some too. Yeah, I'll just leave it alone. If I can make this setup work at the NAS, it's going to be neat. I see that it works on 2G now, so it'll work on 4G on my little hotspot. Okay, got that one. Two more. They're not going to be perfectly evenly spaced because I had to move them from side to side, but that's the way it goes. Gauge to glue both my end caps on my push rod at the same time. 2, 4 for the back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. about time that I get another order of these in. I only have about 5 airplanes left.
Who you been getting them from?
CNC.
I don't think he's doing anything anymore.
We got 3.
Then you got bad back problems or something.
4. Where's your busy worker hammer and your little anvil? 5.
My busy work.
7. 8.
My grandson bought that for me. Now he thought he was doing a hell of a job. Harbor Freight. Rework my cutoff tool. Not cut off.
Yeah, I couldn't have built this airplane in a week's time, so.
Oh, heck no. No way. Trying to get me some deep burrs.
How can we make a 16th inch slit 3/16 dip deep?
With some kind of 16th inch bit or 16th inch.
Actually, I'd rather have it less than 16.
What?
That wire that I'm going to sink into the leading edge of the flap. Damn, these are so tiny.
Now I'm thinking about going smaller, yeah.
Than what I got here? I think mine are 35 thousandths. Those are what you got probably right there. 16.
I don't even have that. I'm cutting copper brass tubing. In little teeny pieces. Talk about.
You got no idea how hard those are to find.
Yes, I do, because I've looked for them. I can't find them that small. You gotta either look, don't look under eyelets, look under rivets. If you look under rivets, you can find all sorts of stuff, but they're not necessarily those. Those were done by SIG, weren't they?
Them with the little ones that I got?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. I found them in a Google search. Those there are SIG, but those are bigger. Yeah, it took a while to find them.
When I was looking for it, and I haven't ordered any yet, but I looked under rivets. And that's where I found the majority of the stuff.
Okay, that's that. Take the drill bit out. Still up and going? Yeah. I can't believe your 2G works better than your 5G.
I didn't even know we had that. Well, I've seen it in systems or whatever, but I never really tried to get on it.
Come on.
Probably had something to do with it.
This stab has a 15,000 carbon fiber stiffener in it. I can't get, there we go, got it. Very difficult to get through. There we go. Well, Jim Lynch was on the Hangout last night even.
Yeah.
He was typing at him. Bob Hunt was on, and Keith Drossel, Howard Rush. I mean, some of the,
I guess they're all done with the venue stunt championships. That's all over with now.
you know, if them guys would have played ball with me, on, you know, they're talking about stunt news and this, that. I'm really glad I didn't get involved in it. But if they'd have played ball with me, they'd have had, you know, a website and everything. I can make it. If I decided I want a Pampa website, I could go home and tonight we'd have a Pampa website. It wouldn't be months and months and months.
Right. Where'd you have them real little teeny ones at?
They're in there. What I have left.
Oh, you don't have very many of them, let me tell you.
No.
I was looking for a package, but you don't have any in the package.
No.
You want this little flaring tool in the Crips Altoids box.
You gotta keep all my shit together.
I do the same thing. I made a whole little box, little plastic box full of stuff. Okay, where was I at? I gotta cut carbon fiber tube. Boy, this is small.
Yeah, but how much does it weigh? That ain't small. That's big. That's got a big hole in it.
Well, it's got a hole for these ends.
Oh, the push rod.
This
Yeah.
diameter seems.
Does it fit that clevis?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the one then.
Normally these ones from have a thicker wall. The ones from the hobby shop are got the holes a little bit big. At work, I've used them, but
Great Plains. I got Great Plains in the car.
really, I was getting them from an RC place, Central Hobbies. And getting the ends, they got titanium ends, and they got the tube.
I don't know what's happened to Okie Air.
He's got a bad back, I told you.
Well, that's not the
Or,
guy.
oh, Pierre. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know about him.
Tom Morris.
He's for not doing anything, I guess. People are bitching. Not good when people bitch.
Okay, that's that. Guess I need to cut these open and do these things here. Yeah, we got pretty good picture and reliability now. 14 watchers.
Whenever you're cutting this carbon fiber tube, always put a piece of tape around it before you cut it.
Let's see here. We want to do this.
Something tells me something's not right here. No, I gotta question that because it ain't right. These should fit barely.
Let's see, lower third.
Let's see. That ain't right. I had Central Hobbies.
Okay, close. How do we get that on there now? Close. And we want to go back here. And over here. No, that ain't it. And we got that. I wish I knew how to use this better. So it ain't in overhead. Let's see. Evil, crop and zoom. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Man, I don't know how to use the darn thing. Crop and zoom, image adjustments. That ain't it. Normal, close. Want to be on this one. Evil setting, we'll try it. No. Close.
I need to put the wrong stuff back in
There we go. I might as well turn this off. We got the computer. The computer.
Some stuff.
Let's see. Russell from Okie has moved warehouses or combined warehousing into all in one. He was unwell for a few weeks, I think. Said he should be back to normal business about now. Did I read the instructions? No, I didn't read the instructions. I need to go back over here. All right, let's mark these flats. Get your pen. Because we're going to have to put them both up there. Let's see, this is that side. Slide it on. How much gap you got over there?
Well, I've got about not quite a 16th.
Okay.
You want to shim it? Make it even?
Yeah, we could do that.
See what kind of wood I got here.
We got some chims.
I'll piece that in the end.
Perfect. Okay. Now we need to mark them. You got your.
I mark with the pencil because you can get a finer line.
Okay.
Myself.
Well, mark them up. I'll let you cut them.
I don't have my drafting pencil. They're all in there nice and square.
I can't believe I lost my saw.
These guys that, if you're doing this, this is how you have to do it. Don't cut these first and then put them in the wing. Put the hinges in the wing and then mark your flaps where you got to cut them at. Otherwise, you're going to be all off. Don't ask me how I know.
I think this is turning out really nice.
And if you don't want to mark on your wood, put a little piece of tape there and mark the tape.
Yeah, it won't hurt the wood.
But you got to get a mark up here where you can see it. If you dent the wood a little bit, it won't hurt a thing because you're going to be cutting it out of there anyway.
And finishing.
I've never found a pencil soft enough to really.
6B is what you need. What is that? That's an H. That's a hard pencil. You need a 6B pencil.
Yeah, that's an H.
I'll bring you one.
I thought number 1 and number 2 was soft.
No. The higher you go in number, the softer the lead. Number 3 pencil is pretty hard.
And most.
Where's your little saw?
Back over there in the corner.
I'll let you cut them. Because you know the machine.
We need one of the hinges that you're using
There's a whole box of them there.
because this is not set for the right depth.
Jim Lynch says, hello, Robert and John. Good to see you guys today. Enjoyed Stunt Hanger last night. It was good to see Keith, Bobby, and Mark. Good stuff. Yeah, I watched you. You give us a like there. Make sure to hit the like button. We got 18 watching.
Not plugged in yet.
Yeah, plug it in, turn it on, then adjust it. That's a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah, you might not be too far off the beaten path. Are these the standard hinges that you're using
Yep.
right here?
Yep, they're all the same. 3/8. Hey, you get me a soda.
Robert came over here and he brought spiders with him.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run a test piece.
What kind of hinges do you use the most? Well, I only use the ones I make. Little lollipop. We're on the red one over there. We're on Stunt Hanger. They look like, now we're on different camera. This is cam 2. They look like this, the lollipop.
Now you gotta tell me what you're happy with here. That's the first cut.
Too deep. Let's see, wait a minute. No, that's right.
Hold your pen 90 degrees. Looks a little shallow to me.
Could be a couple thousandths more, but
Yeah, this thing is real highly highly adjustable, let me tell you.
John was working on his mill. I said, yeah, cut 40 thousandths off it. Yeah, right. It measures in 16ths of an inch.
Yeah, it's got so much slop and everything. That one, it's a teeny bit.
It needs to go a little more. Take that motor mount there, lay it up there, and make it flush with the motor mount. Yeah, another spider.
Yeah, but that's not. This motor mount might not be. That motor mount's a little bit thinner than that. That is.
Good. That'd be good.
You can cut them a little deep, and you can always put a piece of 64th inch balsa wood in there or something if you make them a little.
I make them is I go to Northridge CNC on Stunhanger and say, cut me $30 worth.
Not anymore.
I think I can.
He's not on there. Well, he's on there, but he's not doing it.
I'll call him and see. You call him?
No, it was on. There was an article about it on there. He's having back problems or something. I think that's who it is. Well, that's a dangerous little dude here.
Yeah, we're going to need him for the elevator too.
Oh, you don't have them cut down there yet.
No. I need a saw. Back saw.
I need to get some more Zona saws.
Have to straighten that hinge out. Somehow I got it twisted. I didn't see any other way to do these than this way. Cut the wire out and all that.
No, that's just about all you can do. Just get rid of everything and start anew.
And I got the parts today. So in order to repair these hinges, camera 2, I just cut them out of there like so, and then I'll glue a piece in there and we'll reinstall them. It's only wood. You like the table saw, that's Harbor Freight.
Piece of junk.
Yeah, it does one thing.
Just what we just did. That's about all you're gonna do with it. So with as much as I've sanded off, you think I could be lighter, huh? It'd be nice if it was 54 ounces instead of 57. Yeah, you probably could be lighter. But, you know, sanding on it like that, it's really not good.
Okay.
I mean, all that leading edge sheeting should be sanded prior to.
Yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do?
Now here's the size tube I want to go to. This is the size that we're using right now.
Too big. Use that little one there.
This one right here.
Yeah.
That's the little one.
What happened to the Dr. Pepper airplane? It's sitting on the floor. It's ready to go. Be my backup airplane this year. Plus I got the Continental XL, plus I got High Roller, plus I got a P-47. Plus I got another Junar. I got enough airplanes. I need a paint stick.
For what?
Sand inside there.
Right there on the table.
Let's go, Brandon! I think Brandon's in trouble. I know his son's in trouble.
Yeah, now only if something will be done about it. You know, too many people get away with this crap.
Remember, folks, if you got an Audi, use the boys' room.
I got a few more crude sayings about it, but
Yeah, I do too, but can't say it here. Might hurt somebody's feelings.
yeah,
Might trigger somebody.
that's like these kids out there. Heck, these kids talking know more about stuff than I ever thought I did when I was their age.
Okay. So you're doing everything by hand anyway.
Yeah.
Drill by hand, sand by hand.
There's some little 6-inch straight edges if there's got sandpaper on one side of them.
I need a piece of this. It's wider than this, like this wide. Is this something?
All that scrap wood for whatever you need. I hope you guys that are watching are standing or something. It won't get done by itself. Hey. CA. It's thin, but it's not as thin as hot stuff.
That blue bottle there. Let me see that blue bottle.
Those are empty.
Shit. You could have told me I'd bring over some more CA to give you.
This is extra thick.
This is medium.
It's supposed to be thin.
Trust me, it's medium. Look at that. See, it leaves like a bead. Then CA won't leave a bead.
Well, I guess. I'll just get a tip to fit. Here. That is thin. That will go everywhere.
That's what I need. Where's the kicker? Yeah, I need it for this though.
Found out of that, and last time I went there, they didn't have that brand.
Is this from that woodcrafter place?
Yeah. I've been using it. It works pretty good.
Yeah, I use
Sometimes this stuff will kick off before you want it to.
it. Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah.
No super chats. We're coming.
Yeah, see, here's Central Hobbies. That's the place. This is the push rods. They're a little thicker wall.
Yep, that's thin. That's the good stuff.
They'll go everywhere on you.
Okay, so in order to do this, let's see, we're on a cam 2. In order to do this, I just put them blocks in it, and I'll round it off, and then we'll recut the hinges and reset them. Not a problem. Did I weigh it yet? No, I didn't weigh it yet because I don't know what it weighed before. I gotta wait till I get some tissue and dope on it. Then I'll put it all together and see how much I have to go. Trust me, I'll be watching the weight.
Weighed about 74 ounces before.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was 64.
Nope, 57.
Or I meant, yeah, 54.
I'd like it to be 54. But that ain't gonna happen, so I hear Billy's after it again.
Yes.
Yep, that's what I hear.
Yeah, I finally got freed up, man.
He's cut a circle in his backyard or something.
Well, bully for him.
He's 80 years old.
He'll probably go out there and damn near win it. And if he doesn't, see, he'll practice like people don't practice. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Give me that drill in that box down there.
Yep, Billy's 80 years old. And he'll probably go out there and smash everybody.
Very well could. Yeah, it don't matter how much room you got in your shop, you never have enough.
You think?
Never, ever have enough.
I guess I could pull the camera over, but I'm almost done here. Man.
Burning up.
Hot flashes.
Probably. Old fart flashes.
Okay, one more. Them guys watched me cut that patch by eye.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, they sort of. How'd you do that? Crazy.
Yeah, they are.
It's easier actually to do it like that than it is to try to measure. There's one little secret, you didn't tell them the secret.
What was the secret?
Cut 3 big pieces of wood at the same time.
I didn't do that.
Well, you gotta do that.
I know, but I didn't do that. Not how I did it. Okay, so I got a broken piece here. No good, so I'll cut it bigger than this. And replace it. It's easier if you cut it bigger and then stick a piece in there than if you try to whittle a piece to fit in. Because you never get it to fit. What the crap. Unfortunately for me, this is the bottom. Amazing. Squeak by with the bottom.
How'd you do that?
Same thing that happened on the wingtip there. It's the bottom, not the top.
Knocked out. It's always the top.
Yes, normally.
Okay, let's see here. Make up some JB whip. Take a little alcohol and
Okay, camera 2. So that was the piece was broken, chipped out here. It's not in straight. If you look, it doesn't matter. We're going to cut it off, sand it to shape, and then reform it. No big deal. Actually, I should have put it in like that. Let me do it again. Damn. This kicker smells better than Bob Smith kicker.
yeah, I like it. I like that stuff pretty good. But like I said, last time I went there, they didn't have that kind anymore. There's some different brand up there, and I'm going to shoot. As soon as we got used to one.
Hell, I got a feeling everything's going to change here shortly.
Yeah. It's alright. Everything's clean. Clear the machine.
Gene the dancing machine. Remember him?
Yeah. Going back.
Yeah, man.
What about do for some JB Weld?
Cut these. Unknown comic.
Yeah.
What the hell? What movie or what program was that? Wasn't laughing. It was.
That wasn't laughing. I'm forgetting now.
The Gong
The
Show.
Gong Show, yeah. Whatever you do, don't ever use Quickset. JB Weld on these ends. Always use the slow.
Don't tell me. Tell them.
I'm talking to the camera. I don't know if you can see this or not. Where's the cameras at? How do we know where we're looking at?
Red dot up there. See, it's on. The red dot's up there. Wait till this one comes on. I can turn it on.
Can they focus on this, or do I have to move closer?
You're gonna have to get closer. Put it up next to the lens.
I didn't know I was gonna get that close. Get a piece of wood in on it. Tell me where we're at. Is this good?
Red light. No, over there.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, we see you now.
You want to load these ends up here instead of taking a toothpick and shoving it down in there. If you just take this thing and go like this, it doesn't make a big mess. And believe you me, you can do that. You can fill that whole tube up with epoxy and nothing flat.
Don't do that.
You don't want to do that. That's too much weight, but that's more than enough to send that in. I'm not going to do the other end until I get the end in.
Crop and zoom. You're still on that one over there.
I'll get back to you in a second, Brian. Yeah, I buttered up the end of this. You want to make sure it's got little ridges in it. Make sure you fill all those in. It'll peel some of the outside off of it, but stick it down in there and give it a couple little swirls and sort of a little plunger action to it. Make sure it feels sort of sticky. You can feel it. It just sort of feels like it wants to stay in there. So you can just wipe the excess off.
Did you sand it up?
Yep. It's all sandy and clean.
No, I'm talking about the metal pieces.
No, I don't know. I just clean them real good. They got the little knurls in them. Now the same thing in this one. Just take and just sort of jab it down in there and slide it sideways.
Now John has some metal ends that go on there. You're probably not going to be lucky enough to have those metal ends, but you want to make sure to wrap them with thread.
Yes. These tubes have got all the fibers running lengthwise in them, and they will split. We've got some Kevlar thread. It really isn't too hard to find.
You get it on Amazon. machine. Second half of this program today will be probably out in the garage. Get some dope on this. Gotta do some dope.
And I just figured out my push rod length, and I make a little board up and drill a couple holes. Screw everything together like I'm going to have it. I know the center of the hole length, whatever hinge line to hinge line is typically, or within a 1/16 of an inch. Drill you a couple holes and tap them, and put your ends in there and glue them. And put a screw in it, and it holds it. Because otherwise, it'll want to push itself out because it'll build up air pressure. No need to drill a hole to release that. This is sort of a bad one, but I got a piece of brass tubing that just fits on that arrow shaft, or aluminum tubing, and I made a little mandrel that's the same diameter. A piece of this carbon actually is all you need. And I stick a little piece of this on that mandrel, and you can use a hand drill or whatever, but suck it up to where this won't push all the way down on there, and you leave a little bit hanging out past the end. And if you take a couple pieces of wood and press on that and spin it at the same time, it'll sort of bend that edge over a little bit. That leaves a hole in the end. You just slide that over the end of that little threaded insert and onto them shafts and sort of put a little epoxy in there, and that'll keep it from splitting on you. Or you can just, like he said, take some Kevlar thread or something and wrap it and CA it on there, which works just as good. These look real nice on the outside of the profile fuselage airplane where you can see them. I don't put them on until after this is all set up, which will be overnight. And that's normal. I made up about 5 times more epoxy than what I need to.
Okay, the repair looks like that.
So,
Then we'll cut new slots. And be good to go. Turn the auto director back on.
I still got this wet JB weld. I'm gonna glue half of the bell crank push rod together.
Let's see here. Are the hinges made of plywood? Yes, they are. Using carbon fiber rod for push rods, stiffer than piano wire? Yes, it is, and lighter. There is a method to our madness. Why is that so far off? Oh yeah, this is inboard, so that's outboard. Here's inboard.
Now here's the end and the little piece that I make. It'll slide right over all that stuff and then capture it, and then that keeps it into your carbon fiber tube from splitting. You can wrap it with string or whatever if you're a good fly fisherman and know how to wrap fishing rods, eyelets, and that kind of stuff. It shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Seem right. What's the deal? Gotta get this thing back together exactly the way it came apart.
Yeah, you got the right side on the right side.
I don't know. This says inboard, but I don't think it goes inboard. I think it goes outboard. And this one goes inboard. I'll get it. You're welcome, Yogi. Where's Boo Boo?
That's some heavy stuff. You said about 9-pound wood?
Yeah. It's for these hinge spots.
There's never enough room. Never enough room. Found these little bottles down at the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
They got a little metal tip on it.
Yeah.
And I took some ink and I'm making up gray ink. I think I want to ink my pen lines in gray.
Not with that bottle, you're not.
Not with this bottle. But this makes it easy to fill up the your pens, your drafting pens. That's about $6 for these little bottles.
How many you get for $6?
4, but it's still
$1.50 a piece.
pretty expensive. It should be $1 for all 4 of them.
And get ready to pay $12 for all 4 here shortly.
Hope you stocked up on all your sandpaper and your glue and all that stuff.
Yogi says, I may do most of RC, but you guys have helped me a lot. I wish more RC guys would, you know.
Ain't no difference.
Right. It's the
The
same
way you
airplane.
control the airplane is it. It's still the same stuff unless you're totally into ARFs or something like that.
If you're into ARPS, this channel ain't for you.
I guess this fuselage right here. Here's something right here. Where we're at.
We're on that overhead. I can turn it on that one. Behind you.
This airplane right here, I mean, essentially it's the same fuselage. This is a fuselage without top and bottom block on it. This isn't blocks. These are molded pieces, which is what this is right here. This is a mold. And all we did is made out of styrofoam on some wood, to stiffen it and make sure it stays straight. I ran that wood under hot wire, and then I took pieces of bed sheet ripped about 1.5 to 2 inches wide. And I wrapped it with that. You can use an ace bandage, but I had some really punk soft wood that I wrapped with ace bandage one time, and it left that imprint of that bandage on there, and it really sort of ticked me off. So I went to bed sheets after Al Raby said that that's what he was using. I tried it. It works fine, but don't make the piece any more than about, I don't know, 3 foot long, or it gets too much to handle as you're wrapping around it. Just do a whole bunch of pieces, 2 foot long, or 2.5 foot long. And wrap them on there and put a little piece of tape on it, wrap another one on, put a little piece of tape on it. Works fine. I'm not going to take this off the mold yet because it hasn't been cut for the fuselage side yet. So I won't take it off until I actually cut it. That's made out of one single solid piece.
I've been laminating mine. You got a laminated one?
I'll put it together. Here's one with 2 pieces of 1/16 inch balsa wood. See, it's not glued together. It's this same mold, only with 2 pieces. This is one 3/32 inch piece, and this is 2/16. And when you take some Elmer's glue or some Tide Bond or something like that and mix it about 50-50 with water, thin it down. Just coat one side of this inside, don't coat both of them. Just do it real quick, put it on there, it'll be soupy wet, watery. Put it on there, stick it on that mold, wrap it again, let it dry. Or you can do that as you're molding it. When the wood's wet,
Good idea.
go ahead and put the glue between the 2 pieces and then take a piece of saran wrap and lay it across the top of it and then wrap it with your bed sheet. And then you can have it all glued and everything and molded all in one whack. This is actually a bottom. That's the top. This has a different kind of bottom of radius. This bottom here has a little bit of like a flat in the center of it.
Like that one, this one's flat.
Yeah. It's It's more like what you do if you had an inch and a half-inch piece of solid wood back there. You normally leave a little flat in the bottom of it, but anyway, that's the same thing. Here's a piece. I come off this top block here, and I'm gonna start my cowling with this piece. I'll have this piece start right like that. Come up here and then use solid blocks right up the very front of it, like in carbon shape. And then, most of your work's already done then. Really pretty simple. And the mold, I came down here in the basement at about, of course I already had a mold made. Came down here in the basement and it took me about 15 minutes.
Somebody wants you. $15 watching. No super chats. Come on, guys, buy us lunch if you think we helped you.
But anyway, there's a little titty on molding stuff. And if you don't think that you can get a tight radius on this wood without splitting, this is pretty light wood. About a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 inch radius right there.
Hold on.
That's
Okay, now you can show them.
It's about a 1/4 or 3/8 inch radius right there. And that didn't split. And all I did was wet it. I don't use any ammonia.
No.
Use ammonia and it'll make your wood brittle. And boy, I wish I could find a piece because I had one here a while back that must have had ammonia put on it somewhere along the line. That, my God, it would break a cross grain almost easier than it would break with the grain. And here's a little, I was messing around. I needed a plywood tube. This is my cutoff. But I just took a piece of, I guess that's about 1/16 inch plywood and soaked it in some water for about an hour. And brought it out and wrapped it around a piece of PVC pipe and rubber banded it. And you can't hardly straighten that doggone thing out. It wants to maintain that shape. But that's, it's that simple. It's not rocket science. None of this stuff is. Only wood. Am I saying only wood? If you make a mistake, cut a new piece. You sand too deep, fill it back in. Try not to do that very often because all that glue starts adding up.
Oh, I know why. Okay, hey, we got one. All right, there's lunch. Thank you, Steve. Yep, I think that's the deal. This is the end board. What do you do with that pencil? Okay, I gotta wait for him to come back before I can mark these. The reason the hinges aren't lining up in the same spot is I moved them. So this one is this side here. COVID. Yep, that's the deal.
Yeah, make sure I remember it.
Get your pencil.
Because I gotta have it not to. What do you need?
The pencil.
Pencil.
I'm gonna mark them hinges.
Man, right here.
I don't know, you had it. We got lunch today from Steve Berry.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Okay, mark that one. We're gonna do this a little different. We're gonna cut this one, put it on, and then put the other one on.
Yeah.
I think that'll be all right. Get some material on it.
Yeah, paint back in there didn't come off all the way or something.
So I just got rid of it.
here.
I'm aware.
Okay, mark this one up. We stand still for so long, it almost looks like we're froze up.
It does.
Too, I'm gonna have to fix that one. Other side, up by the horn. See the chip out of it?
Yeah, I won't hurt anything.
Yeah, except it's on top.
Yeah, you get some tissue over it, it'll be alright.
No, I'm gonna fix that. No good. No good. Take a second.
Doesn't really do anything. It does cover the wire.
Right there.
Oh, that little chip. I thought you meant the fact that it was all the way broken.
No, no. That would look like hell.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that in there. I had one get away from me on one of my hinges. I was taking that little piece of tubing that I put down in there to harden that hole, and I was relieving the edge of it for the radius on that control horn, and I popped out there, and that boy, that little router bit down in there and gouged a bunch of junk out.
Pull on them. They seem smooth enough.
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Coming off.
I think they're good. It'll all change when you put the pins in them.
I know. You gotta babysit and fiddle and fart and
Yeah. Now, whatever you do, make sure you put that slot in there parallel with the. Sir, you know this. I'm only saying this for everybody else's thing, because when you put that hinge pin in there, it better be all of them on the same level, or you'll have a bind. I'm gonna have to. Where'd you get them fender washers at? Can you get them local?
I got them from Micro Fasteners.
Did you? I'm trying not to order anything because everything's so damn expensive.
Let's see.
Postage is so expensive anymore.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, Yogi. If you're on a fixed income, no problem. That's why stun hanger's free. I mean, I understand. We got guys that they carry, help carry the load.
Where are we at here? Gotta cut the slots.
Huh?
Wait, how you gonna cut the slots?
I don't know yet. Ain't gonna worry about them today. But you got a way to do it.
Yeah, I got a way to do it. I have to change some stuff.
Yeah, put one blade on it instead of 15.
Yeah, I got 3 blades on there right now.
Yeah, that would do it. Ah. Shocked me. You get the button pushed?
I'm gonna have to.
You get the button pushed?
Yeah, pushing it right there.
Okay, give me a 3/8 wrench. Or 7/16. One of those two. 3/8 or 7/16.
I don't know that that's gonna be it because I think it's spinning in the collet.
Well, we'll get it
There's
out.
3/8.
10 millimeter. That's all right.
Here's 7/16.
I know where you got that from. You got that. That's that big saw blade thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
I got one just like it, but I don't have a saw blade like that.
These are Harbor Freight. You get 4 or 5 blades, different diameters, all the same sort of pitch for $4. See, there's one of the other ones.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't know. The problem with running these things in there, it gives you a nice straight block, but you got to square off the ends of it.
It don't matter. Just run the whole length of the thing. I'll put a piece of plywood up the whole length.
Okay.
Get it set at 3/16, I think. Well, for the flaps, 3/16.
Yeah, you got to set it to the back side of the wire.
Yeah. Three-sixteenths and in the center of this, so this is a little less than 3/8.
You know what?
Won't go that low.
Yeah, I can raise it up and down. I need to put the saw blade down in the right direction. I forget which direction it's turning.
It's right. And watch.
I may have put it on that wrong.
Huh?
I may have put it on the arbor backwards.
Why would you do that?
Turns like that. I did.
I watched you.
You watched me put it on there backwards and you didn't say a thing to me.
You put it on the exact way it came off.
Evidently I didn't. No big deal. It would have cut that balsa wood easily. Being in there backwards. In fact, it might have cut better. If you got anything really fine, you know, certain plastics and stuff like that, you can put the saw blade in there backwards and cut with it and it won't.
That's how you can cut sheet metal with a skill saw.
Yeah, gall it up as bad.
still got 17 people watching. All right, that's good. Man, I've really lost my hair. That's what old age does to you.
Better watch out, you have to get you some blockers for the camera so that you don't get any glare.
I give me some of that Ron Popeil hair in a can and spray it on.
There you go. Okay, now
This needs to be 3/16 deep. Is that what it is?
see, I didn't adjust that yet. I put this piece on here for cutting these that are already shaped, so this sort of shims it up your sort of level.
Okay.
So at least it's lower than if it was like that, But you actually have a pretty good flat spot on both sides of this, so just hold it down. And it is 3/16.
Should be. Should be 3/16 up and 3/16 out. And on the flaps, it's gonna be 1/4 inches.
You need 3/32.
You guys think Brodax will be a one-time thing? Well, if you've never been to Brodax, you better get to Brodax this year, because this wasn't even supposed to happen. Buzz doesn't want any part of this. But somehow the town has talked her into it. So I would say you better get there if you want to experience a Brodax. And it is the best contest in the country. It's way better than the Nats, I think. Don't you, John?
Well, I'm still one that still enjoys the Nats, but yeah, it's a hell of a thing. It's a get together.
Not really a contest, it's a fun fly.
It's a fun fly. Always has been a fun fly. Never was a contest. The people made it into a contest. Literally made it into a contest.
How did this spray on here work out for you? What spray? My hair was dark. Ron Popeil's hair in a can would work. did that thing shut off?
I don't know.
Sliding down. I think this came loose. Because it slid all the way to the table now. Let's see, what camera are we on? We're on that one, so let's turn it a little bit. What's happening?
I can't see what I'm doing.
That's it. I think it was vibrating so bad that it just slid down the collet. Whatever it was, didn't like it. You don't need to run it that fast, do you?
It's one speed. That's this variable speed for now on this thing. That's why that is in there. That's variable speed there. Plug it in. Plug it in, John. Plug it in.
I think it's getting ready to go out.
It might be.
And you can run it all the way out to the tip on the flap, but not on the elevator. I don't want that slot on the end. That looks about right.
That's you look at that. That's right in the center of the saw cut.
That's it.
There's one way you can guarantee that in the center.
Yeah, 2 passes.
Yeah, you run it through both directions.
I don't want to do that.
Now, what you need to do is figure out how deep your cut is.
Right here. Wait a minute. This is 3/8. Get it? Well. Where's a piece of 3/16? We have two, is that 3/32? That's 1/8. That's 16th. So this is 3/16. That's close. Yep.
Good.
Yep. Let her rip.
All the way through both ends.
On the flat, Let's see what it looks like. Close.
Yeah, I think it's real good.
Okay.
I can run it through the other way if you want me to.
No, that's all right.
It'll make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a piece of paper off.
Well, I got lots of power on that. Get another one. That one, it's set right for this flap. I'm gonna have to reset it for the. Just put a fingernail mark in it. My fingernails aren't that long either.
Is that gonna work?
Yeah. Well, Tom, you heard what I said about lacquer thinner and reducer. Do not use reducer and dope. Matter of fact, if you want to test it, you might take a cup or a little can and put the reducer in the dope, and it will curdle. You know that?
Yeah, probably will, because a reducer's a different animal.
Yeah, it's enamel.
Yeah. I mean, they make thinners for enamel, but it's still, that thinner is not the same as lacquer thinner.
No. Okay, we gotta do these now. But it's a different thickness. I think it's a little thicker. I think it's quarter, maybe not.
Yeah, it's a little thicker. Yeah, sure, slightly.
If you know, Tom, you said you were a painter. You should know better. Now, on the other hand, if you want to use lacquer thinner in urethane, you can. But it's not recommended because it will make the paint do some weird stuff. I might get a coat or so of dope on this today, but we ain't gonna cover it. There's a lot of detail sanding left to do, but I gotta harden it up.
You want to check this? Make sure it meets your standard.
You think it does? It probably does.
There's the saw blade right there. It'll hold it flush to one side. Pretty close.
Run with it. Don't run out the end, the tip.
Don't run out the end of the tip.
No, just go to right.
Okie dokie. See if I can do that.
Actually, go ahead and run out the end of the tip. I'll make them removable. Oh no, don't. 'Cause I'm not putting the carbon rod in it. other problem is I don't know that I don't think I have any wire to go in there. I don't have any of that real thin wire.
You don't, why don't you? Is
That
that
wire
thin or too thick?
That's too thick. That is too thick. Here. Fit to that. Okay, let's turn this one back up. Nope. Listen to me real close, Tom. Reducer is an enamel base. Go ahead and test it. Take a little bit of dope and pour reducer in it and see what happens. It'll curdle. Well, how many of these pieces of wire do you have? I'll pay for them. Okay, this one's going to do the elevators. Then I'm going to have.
Yeah, no, you need 3 pieces of it.
Yeah.
I bought just enough to do a job. And now I'm going to be out.
T-pins are not spring steel. They're not piano wire. What? Now, if you want to use 3608S, which I don't recommend because the paint will not shine, you might take some retarder and put in the paint. Not reducer, retarder. Okay. Thank you. What I owe you? How much are they?
Did you see that little thing that I brought back out of the house? It was about as big around as it wasn't dime in diameter. It was less than that. I spent $50 on that shit. This stuff is $1. I can't remember. I want to say $1.30 a piece or something like that.
Thanks.
This stuff's not cheap anymore. I spent $50 and I got like 15 pieces of music wire and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 pieces of that carbon tube. And it was like $50, $47 and some odd change.
Let me see a pair of needle nose pliers and some wire cutters. Well, these pliers will work here. Put a bend on it this end. Well, these pliers won't work. They don't grab it very good. Yeah, Tom, I wouldn't steer you wrong on paint. I've been painting with dope for 50 years or more.
I used to have a chart, a compatibility chart, and I can't remember whether or not it had that on there or not, but it had everything else, you know, what you can use over top of what you got to use under what.
You can paint urethanes or enamels over anything. You can't paint lacquer over urethane
Or enamel.
or enamel. You can't paint aerogloss over anything.
It had everything on there, all different kinds of paints and stuff. I'll have to see if I can find that. Who was that used to have that? Do a search on stud hangers under the painting section and look for compatibility chart. And I used to have one. I thought I had one down here, but I guess I made them up and I was giving them out everywhere I went to kind of contests and stuff. I gotta go get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'll look for one then real quick.
And a little weight with this hinge wire, but not too bad. It'll be fun. So what I'm doing now, I'll make sure you can see what I'm doing. Not really. Where are we at? We're on that camera. Let's see if crop and zoom. It's off. Yeah, we're done with that. Need to back up just a little bit. So what we did was to cut a slot in this in the elevator. I'm using one piece of wire as my hinge. Looks like this got knocked loose. Of course, every time you go to use CA, it's always plugged up. Now this is an alternative to removable flaps. Because normally I wouldn't do it this way, but this is a repair job, so I kind of got to do with what we got. So I don't need that much wire. I can cut it off here. Cut it off here. And bend it up. might just leave it unbent on that end. Yeah. Leave it unbent.
I can't find any right now.
Any what?
Paint compatibility charts.
Well, I know what's compatible.
Well, I know you do, but
Okay, what are we gonna stick down in there,
a lot
Pete?
of people out there don't.
16?
Even if it.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect.
I need something to push this down. There we go.
Remember that sort of curves up there on that end.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I push it down. So that curves up. Where's the knife? There it is. Sorry guys for standing in front of you, but
You want a long piece to put it at center instead of putting it in pieces, or?
yeah, it'd be good. Yeah.
Or a longer piece?
I'm gonna wick some CA down in there.
That's all I did. I just shoved it in there and then put CA on it after I shoved it down in there.
No, I'm putting it on the wire.
Oh. Yeah. Don't get around the ends of it. Of course you know that. Yeah, this is sort of hard. 16.
Harder the better.
Actually, how come that stuff must be metric or something? That's a little bit thinner. Huh. I don't know, they made a in between sign.
Whatever you handed me fits perfect.
Is this big enough to fit one piece between your two hinges?
Oh, I had 3/32 to it. No. Yeah, almost, not quite. Half inch short.
Must have some metric wood built in there.
Oh yeah. we got a load of metric wood from
Great. Yeah.
Craig.
And there's probably some 120th in there from days gone by. And
I saw that thread about Steve Busso selling wood.
yeah,
I
I saw that too.
I immediately called it no answer. And then I got to looking at it, that it had already been sold.
Oh yeah, it was sold when I saw it. I saw it at 1 o'clock in the morning or 1:30. I don't know if you were up there. You might have been.
I didn't see it till I got home from work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and they had quite a bit of it too.
Knowing Steve Busso probably was good stuff.
Yeah. Here's what you get in one of them saw blade boxes. You get that size, that size, and the big size. There's 4 or 5 different sizes. Get one of each of these blades. You might get 2 of each of these blades. Yeah, so that's what you get for $5 at Harbor Freight. A little package comes with like 4 or 5 of these little saw blades. Let me tell you something. Talk about dangerous. You stick one of these things in a Dremel tool out freehanding.
Yeah, good.
But you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I showed you guys that one blade that I got.
That's like Russian roulette with your fingers and anything else that's around you. They come with a little arbor. It's got 1/8 inch shaft on it, so you can chuck it up in a Dremel tool.
I get nothing else done today. Just getting this done. Huh?
Yeah. You can't do this stuff in your apartment.
No. I could, but it'll be done all by hand, by eye. Wouldn't be as precise.
Throw it down in there and run super glue down both sides of it.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
I've done it on both ends. So it's a big long hinge pin is what it is.
Yeah.
And when I cover it, you know, the dope and all that will hold that in there.
That's been super good. All the wood all the way down in there to that wire.
Well, I put glue on the wire itself too. Be very careful when you're doing this, because if you get glue on these hinges, you're done.
Yeah, it's all over with.
And I possibly could do that myself. Just and even being careful. I've done it many times.
Not an easy thing.
But we got.
They say nothing in life is free. Pay the bills and you take these chances.
Okay, let's see if it fits. There's one. What? No.
Is that long enough to get one elevator? It is, isn't it? We could have done that with just 2 pieces instead of 3.
Take that back. Oh, wait a minute. That's long enough for a flat. It should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so take one piece
Take a
back.
whole piece back. You still got a whole piece right there? You're holding?
Yeah.
Just got to thinking about that. See, my flaps went all the way out to the tips, and I couldn't get an elevator in
So
a
this
flap
is
out
a
of
this is a
one.
flap here.
Yeah.
And I need to cut this out of this piece.
Exactly. Save. Got to anymore. You know what? They got a little bit of Williams Brothers. Remember how all their Williams Brothers stuff was out down at Radical?
Yeah.
They got a little bit of it back, but not near the selection of what they used to have. It's like gone. It might not ever return.
Like Pilot, you mean?
They got one Pilot down there, and it's about 16th scale or something like that, little guy.
Well, I have a couple of Pilots, Williams Brothers Pilots, and fortunately, I own a Mattel vacuum form, and they make perfect Pilots.
Well, they make, they also make them tail wheels that we like so well.
Really?
Yeah. And they don't have any of them in down here. They've got some other vintage style wheels. World War One, pre-World War One style wheels. Believe it or not, you know they actually have Trexler wheels down there. Blow them up with air.
Oh, them are good.
Balloon tires. Yeah. Well, they were the going thing back in free flight days and stuff like that. Had your little air pump and pump them up every time.
Okay.
Need something to push that down in there, but yeah. More than you used it before. There's that little
Balsa wood.
scale.
Huh?
That little scale pushes. You got a barb on the end of that, right?
Yeah. Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Danger. Arms are failing.
Danger, Will Robinson. See, I need to cut a curve in that. Where the knife goes right there. The tip came off.
Is it true that Wix doesn't have any superfill?
I don't know.
I think it's getting about lunchtime.
I'm going to finish these up before lunch. I ended up putting a couple drops of super glue on the mat there.
Yeah, you gotta watch that bottle. That's it. That stuff on.
Hit that with a kicker so it quit sticking.
I don't have any tips that actually fit this.
Well, if there's a bottle of super glue on the bench, it's going to end up on the floor.
Yeah.
I like the looks of the hinges. I just have to figure out how to cut them out.
I showed that a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, look at Saturday at Johns. He's got a video of how he did it.
Takes some jigging. You gotta do some jigging. Gotta make 1, 2, 3 jigs. 4. 3 or 4 jigs. There you go.
Oh crap! Can't go that far. We're almost up on Brodex, aren't we? June
16th or something like that. I haven't sent an app. Have you sent your NAPS entry in yet?
No.
Have you sent Brodeck yet?
I never send Brodex in.
I'll tell you what, I had a bad experience one time when I didn't do that. Went up there and they wouldn't let me eat. They didn't want to take my money to enter my entry fees or nothing.
Yeah, but you're not me.
Yeah, but it shouldn't matter.
I know.
Realize I'm not you.
I'd raise all kinds of hell.
I did. Didn't get me anywhere. They just said sorry. I says, well, I guess all that food that you're going to throw away at the end of the day is just going to have to be thrown away then.
They let you in? Yep.
No, they didn't feed me. I'm telling you, they stuck to their freaking guns about it.
Well, you ain't missing much. It's all right.
It's okay. I mean, his own little grocery store that makes this stuff. Chicken and whatever. We don't have to saw anymore, do we?
No. Danger, Will Robinson. So the slit was cut in there, the wire was put in, and that piece was stuffed in there. I've been using this style hinge now for about...
As long as you've been here in Dayton.
Oh, longer
A
than
little bit
that.
longer.
I've been using this style hinge 15 years. Zero failures. Oh, were you on the list?
Smart ass.
He knows you were on the list.
You know what? I went to Brodeck almost like I only missed like maybe 4 years. And every year I got a button badge. I may not have entered all 4 or 5 different events, but I entered, beginner, maybe profile or something like that. And there's 4 or 5 years I didn't even exist, or more than that. I mean, I know I was there. I got the button, the whole shebang, I was there, but there's no score, there's no name, there's no nothing. I'm like, wow, man, that's sort of nice. Really nice. And I didn't win anything, but
Damn. I ended up putting a dent in it when I dropped it off.
yeah, that's why you're doing all this shit this day.
Okay. What time is it?
It's getting lunchtime. It's gotta be 1-on-1. $12:30.
Yeah, well, finish some flats. Get the thing rehinged.
Amazing, isn't it?
What?
What you can do when you set your mind to it. You want a square file? I have one.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
If you plan on making these hinges, anybody, I suggest you sit down and you spend a whole day and do nothing but sit around and make hinges. It'll pay for itself in the long run. If you can find these little teeny eyelets, that just makes it even better. They're smaller than a 32nd.
The inside diameter is 35 thousandths.
The idea of the little ones?
I think. Measure that wire.
You got it here somewhere.
Where's that? I guess that is my piece there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's one of them.
No.
This is a flats piece.
Yeah, this is not. Where's the
That's
other
not
piece?
it.
What happened to that other piece of wire? Should be, oh, it's right here. I think it's 35,000. I know it was a bitch to find at Schaefer's.
28.
28? No, that's fine.
At least this wire's 28,000. It might be a 30,000th hole, maybe. You think?
When I found the wire at Schaefer's, I thought it was 35,000.
35 seems awful big according to the calipers. I mean, the caliper's not the best way to be measuring that. It's a dinky dude. It's a dinky dude. It might, Robert. I think I'm getting the right ones out here.
I only got them little ones in there.
Little ones in the big, real big ones?
Yeah.
1/8 inchers? Because this has got some, this wire's got some slop in that.
Let's see what you got here.
I don't think I have a pin. I don't think I have a pin gauge that small. I mean, this bigger wire doesn't fit.
No.
It's too big.
So what size is the bigger wire?
See this wire right here? Let me see something. I had a tag on that stuff. Here, go in here. I measured 28 on the wire.
Yeah, whatever.
Here. I just cut this off at 032.
32?
32 thousandths music wire.
I think the hole is 35,000.
I'll tell you what, of course, like I said, these aren't the best. These are only measuring 28. Okay. I remember how to read these damn things.
Easy. It's a big C-clamp.
Well, I understand that, but
Gotta learn how to hold it first. Let me see it.
hard to get this right. Well, that's
This wire, according to this mic, is 25, 35 thousandths. 25 to the line plus 5 thousandths, or that's 30. Let's see here.
25 to the line plus 5.
Is 30.
And how many marks after that?
What? 35. There's 5 after.
35,000, but it's not 35,000. And these are cheap. Cheap. And see, come together and
Well,
It's pretty hard right there, but this won't make it go all the way to 0.
we got to readjust it. You need
I need a gauge block.
right 1-inch gauge block. But
It's close enough for what we're doing. This is
yeah, it's not like brain surgery.
not sitting here putting together, like you say, making watches.
Yep.
That thing is like a Dollar General Harbor Freight. Calipers are normally plenty accurate for anything that we need to do.
You think?
Unless you're getting into engine work or something like that, then you might need something a little better. Even then, I think they did a test and they compared the cheap Harbor Freight digital calipers to like some Starrett's or some of the new wave Japanese stuff. Mitutoyo. All them things, and they were pretty close.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that they did was a repeatability. When you started stretching them out there to the full, 6-inch caliper to the full 6 inches, then they were starting to, not be as repeatable. These Fowlers right here, they'll change every time I run that thing out there and run it back in. It'll change.
My calipers are Starrett's, and my micrometers are Mitutoyo's. Good enough.
And they make all sorts of different grades of those things too.
Yeah, mine are mechanic grade, not machinist grade.
I bought a set for my grandson. It was for a caliper was $250 or $300 or something like that. It wasn't the cheapest grade that they sell. By all means, wasn't aerospace. Considering he's 18 years old, 17 years old.
Cut me some 1/4-inch strips out of this while I do this, please. I don't have a stripper, so I just kind of eyeball
You
it.
just want a 1/4-inch strip?
Quarter's plenty. It's only 3/16 deep. $3/16 minus 35,000. If we cut a little bigger than a 1/4, that's fine.
I'm going to.
That's weird that 16th is the right size and that other wood you had is the wrong size. But it looks like 16th.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. But if you really look super close, you can tell if you got it side by side, it's definitely thinner. Oh, you need one more piece, don't you?
Both flaps.
Both flaps. I'll cut however many pieces you want.
So I'm going to have to use another different piece. You're a straight edge on that. That won't go down in there. There we go. Yep.
Oh, I cut it straight before I stripped it.
Yeah.
I do you right. I do you right. She is right.
This thing does not want to go in that slot for some reason.
You know what I did? Let me have your piece of wood. You want to take it down there? I put a little slight bevel on it. I set it up here on this and put this straight edge on it. And sandwiched it and then just ran that sanding bar down when I did mine. Just one little swipe is enough just to take that hard edge off of it.
I got it. Didn't want to play there for a minute.
You take it up. If you do that, like when you're making barrel hinges, regular hinges, if you hold them hinges out a little bit and then take that thing and put it up against something flat and go like that, press it up against it, and it'll push every one of them hinges in there the same depth.
I hate this part. So dangerous. No. Never.
It won't hurt anything.
Oh yeah.
It won't make it run. It'll stop it from running.
It'll wick right into the hinges.
So I don't use it when I want it to wick deeper. Well, I guess Monday I'll put my entry in for the maths and program.
Need to get us a hotel room. Both places.
I don't know where to go at it right now.
Where'd we stay last
We
time?
went all the way to the other end of town, remember? We didn't stay down there by the airport
Yeah.
and had a much nicer room, although we had to drive about 30 miles extra.
Yeah, but there was places to eat. They're good, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right there by the mall.
So that'll be about $1,000 trip.
I can't go all week up there. I don't have enough to fly. I don't have enough money to go to put out to the Nats and a week of freelance.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to stay in my trailer. I think that's what I did last year. Till you got there. Yeah.
I'm not above camping if we had the equipment to camp.
But camp.
We had a tent, a couple sleep bags, and a couple cots or something.
I got a cot in my trailer.
I mean, we could always go down to the local truck stop and take a shower. Yeah, pay $5 or whatever for a towel or bring grand towels.
I think I'm gonna make another piece. Don't have quite have enough for the other flat.
Okay, let's go down right here.
But that didn't matter. It broke.
It's just a filler.
Hmm?
It's just a filler. You don't ever see any of it.
Just holds that hinge pin in.
You're doing it exactly like I did it.
Yeah.
The first time, the first way. Before I did the removable pin.
This is the way my tucker's done. Didn't want to put that extra piece of carbon in there.
put that in?
What?
Carpet.
I didn't.
Oh.
One. You know, you start carrying around extra this, extra that, pretty soon the weight's going up. Hey, we got it. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. $50.
Cool.
And that really helps. We can eat lunch. Of course, we had another super chat. Eat Big Lip Mignon.
I doubt it.
Hey, we can go to McDonald's.
You got upgraded. Go to Wendy's.
Believe it or not, when we first started doing Saturday at Johns, lunch would cost us $15.
No, it cost us $10.
Now it's $25.
Now it's $25. When we first started doing Saturday, well, it was about $12, I guess, once you got the taxes and that kind of shit. But if you didn't get any drinks, we got right down there about $10. And you watched it go up, you know. Then it was 15. Remember that? Because we were saying, "Wow, man! Now all of a sudden it's $15 now."
Yeah.
Now it's ridiculous for cheap food now, and it doesn't make the food any better. It doesn't make the health at those restaurants any better either. They're still just as nasty as can be. We went to Arby's here last week, and our roast beef sandwiches taste like it'd been sitting in there for 2 days,
They were
and
terrible.
the French fries were like they were the dredges from the day before, left over and reheated, and it still don't cost you any. It still costs the same, $20, $25. I think Arby's is doing all that pre-made stuff. I think they just come back here as pre-made, they
Microwave.
microwave it. Long gone are the days where you watch the big roast beef out there in the front, turning around on the spit and watching them slice stuff off of it.
Yeah, one more to go. Yeah, after lunch we'll get the we'll go out in the garage and put some dope on this. But I'm not gonna get it covered today. It needs too much sanding.
No, you're going to have to put 2 coats on there and sand it again before you put a 3rd coat on it. Or see if you need a 3rd coat at that point. Because that's going to, you put that dip on there, it's going to raise the grain. Not as bad as it normally would, but still going to raise it.
Well, whatever I gained or lost by sanding it, I just put it back on with 3 pieces of wire.
Oh yeah. Wire, glue. Glue probably weighs as much as that wire does.
Still gonna have to watch the finish very close. 1 quart of dough.
So that was 58 ounces.
57, I think almost 58.
Oh, wait. I mean, I got out of the 70s. I got down to 64. And you can't get any lower than 64 unless you got a whole lot of 4-pound wood.
This was good. Can't you tell this was good wood in this airplane?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
We'll put it on
some exceptional wood in that airplane.
We'll see what it weighs as soon as I get this flap on.
I guarantee you, I busted my butt, and you know how I am. I hollowed everything out a lot more than what you do.
That's good wood.
All my ribs look like an I-beam wing. Wingtips are all hollowed out to the nth degree. Anything solid, either left off, made thinner, hollowed out, whatever it took, just to hit 64. And I haven't used any more paint than what I was allotted by the Sparky system.
Just think if you weren't using the Sparky system, how much it'd weigh.
I'd have at least a 10-ounce finish instead of a 6, if not a 15.
There we go.
You have to have that diet thing. You have to do that.
Discipline.
And you have to sand. If you don't use that diet, you get X amount of paint and that's it. Then I guarantee you'll be more than a 6-ounce finish.
John has seen me. I set my target weight and I start painting. And if I start I just stop painting.
Yeah, I watched you do that a couple times.
Now
it's being realistic because you have a goal. You know, I know you have a goal. You don't want it to weigh over this amount because that's how you like the airplane to feel. And if you don't care, you know, I don't know. There's such a debate about that stuff going on. Light airplanes, and we put 5 pounds of ballast in this airplane.
Yeah,
it's do better than what it did before.
You believe that? Let's see the airplane fly upwind.
It may, yeah, it may have flown better.
There's something else wrong with it then.
Well, I mean, it felt more positive on the line, you know, because the airplane, obviously, a heavier airplane is going to feel more positive out to the end of the line. But how bad did the corner suffer? You know,
Now, John has seen this airplane do the full pattern upwind.
Yep. I was pitting for him when he did it.
So people that say that light airplanes don't fly in the wind have no clue.
In fact, I walked away because the judges weren't moving. They planted their butts there in a chair. One of them was in a chair.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to move. Byron Barker used to do that.
Yeah.
He had a reason, he had some health issues and stuff, and he couldn't, he judged every single flight in his contest, I think, every one.
Let's see. Yep, let's go, Brandon.
I'm gonna quit working on these two airplanes here and finish setting one up out in the garage.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then come back to these and start working on them.
I let my Thunderbolts hanging on the wall. Didn't get started on that early enough to get it ready for this year. And it probably wouldn't like it anyway. I'm probably not going to like it.
You could finish it up. You have enough time. You could finish it up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you're going to like it.
No, I don't think so either.
I think you sort of lost interest in it when there was boogers and stuff on it and the weight of it.
Yeah, the weight is not good.
Doesn't mean you can't fly it. I mean, somebody will like it.
Oh, yeah.
Just not you.
Tamarcucci has my one electric Thunderbolt.
What it weigh?
About
74 ounces?
No.
72?
65 or so. I don't know how the hell Billy did that.
I have, every time I build an airplane and I've had some pretty nice ones. Not very often, but those airplanes that are built with that 3-pound wood, 2.5 pound, 3-pound wood, you can't hardly handle them just to build them.
Yeah, but they're sure nice when they're done.
Oh, they're nice, but you got to get them built and get them in covering and stuff as quickly as you can because you just can't maneuver them.
That's why I need to get this one covered because it's light wood.
You'll break them up just trying to finish them out.
I'm glad this thing wasn't covered when the lamp fell on it or the stand fell on it.
Oh yeah. Ran all that work. So let's see what I need to do. I need to make a couple more blocks for that. Center sheeting, flaps.
Okay, guys, you have watched me hinge. This is not the normal way I do it, but what's normal? Any way that works, You get the concept. These things pivot around the center point of the hinge. Gapless hinges. Still have a little gap, but not as bad as.
That airplane, you didn't recess that.
No.
I remember seeing one that Keith Trussell did. He did a Flocky Wolf or something like that had that sort of recessed hinge in it. It's really sort of a pain in the butt to do.
Okay.
But it looks cool. It looks trick. I don't know if it actually does anything or not, but it certainly looks pretty neat. Everything still works. Cool.
All right, got that done.
What did you ever figure out what the heck the bind was?
I think it's just the ball links weld up. They ended up putting dry slide on them and they loosened up. All right, guys, we're going to go to lunch. Please like, subscribe, share the videos. Yes, we're going to be on after lunch. We'll be out in the garage doing something. A ball link reamer. All right, fair winds, tight lines. Let's go, Brandon. See ya.
Bah, I made that. But I need to make another bolt for it. I need to hand make a bolt that's got a wedge on the end of it.
Hard to tell